Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Vecchione.
And I'm Greg Stone.
And we are the Macaroni Rascals. It's a great new podcast. Me, my friend Greg Stone, we riff, we talk Italian stuff, we talk comedy. We basically just have a good time. Greg?
Yeah, I think it's great, and you're great, and I love you, and we'll do more.
I love you, and I love doing this podcast from the darkest corner of your apartment.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Greg Stone Presents.
Wait a second.
That's the new name.
Greg Stone Presents the Macaroni Rascals?
Featuring the astonishing Mike Vecchione.
Astonishing doesn't help. I'm not a feature anymore, Greg. I told you that.
What about this? Greg Stone and Company present the Macaroni Rascals. You'll be and Company.
Oh. And then who's the Macaroni Rascals? Greg Stone and me represent us.
Them. And you, Company, your company. You come to my house. Your company. That's what Tita said this morning. She goes, you got company today? I say, yeah, put the hot water on.
Put the hot water on. Put the plastic over the sofa. We got company today.
Oh, I have a quick segment.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Bad News Monday.
Oh, that's good. What's the bad news? Is this even going to get released on a Monday? Well, now it has to.
Well, we demand people. If it's Tuesday,
way to hold a gun to Mike's head.
No, we just tell the fans. Turn it off. Turn it back on Monday. That being said, Calvanucci did not have a good reaction when I blended up macaroni and put it in his bottle.
Oh, yeah. Calvanucci rejected the macaroni.
He did. What a real fucking...
Wow, what a cabone.
Too early?
Calvanucci.
Is it too early to bring
No,
this
it's
out
not.
of
That's fantastic. I think our fans really appreciate it. You know?
Now, back to Mike. Sorry, I'm going to do that until you make...
Our fans are really loyal, unless they're oscillating. Okay, guys, we're off to a hot start.
I love that you memorized the pad already.
I memorized that one. I'm a joke guy. I just have to memorize where the symbol is. I want to do a whole special like this. All right, folks. Thank you for coming out. 2 drink minimum.
That's a round of applause. For Company. Thank you, Company.
That was unbelievable. But Greg, I'm going to have to nix all those terrible suggestions you just had, okay?
Nix them.
First of all, putting your name up front. Somebody's in a narcissistic mood today, okay? No. I guess Calvin rejecting the macaroni made you just sink deeper into your own narcissism. I think it's terrible.
Well, I think it's okay, and I'll tell you why it's okay. Because
it's you?
Because
yeah, you are arguing your point, but you never not a comic. You didn't forget the joke.
Because Greg Stone, everyone wants a presents,
right?
But who
amongst us is that what you were going to say?
Who should be presenting? We need someone famous to be our presenter,
right?
Who should be presenting the Mac Rack?
How about the man behind us, Stallone? Yes. Let's write him a letter, dude, and not an email, a handwritten letter with cut out letters from magazines. Like we've just taken his child.
Let me tell you how absolutely.
Do you want to abduct somebody, dude? Did I just stumble onto something crazy?
You stumbled on.
Do you want to kidnap a famous person's child?
You've just delivered 3 packages to me, and I don't know which one to open first. I'm so excited. 1A. Yes. Going forward, the podcast is now called Sylvester Stallone Presents the Macaroni Rascals.
Yes.
That's off the books. We can't have that. That's just what we all know as.
Right.
We'll do flyers. Sylvester Stallone Presents the Macaroni Rascals.
Right.
Yes. Don't change the RSS feed, Mike. It's okay. 2, are we going to kidnap someone famous? Yes. 2B, who? His kid?
Somebody. We kidnap them and keep them in this room, and they produce the podcast.
Yes, a hostage producer.
Yeah, and then we do a segment of the podcast where we talk to the we talk to the famous person, and we go, look, we have your child. If you want to see them back, in healthy physical shape, then you will put your name on this podcast.
You will production.
Yes.
You will
be a production person.
Can we also do a segment? Now, I'm flying fast today, Michael.
Yes, I get that about you.
And,
you called me for the fans out there who don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I could sense you were flying fast. When you asked for a coffee, I said, I don't think they have it. And then you quickly rattled off 6 more texts. I was like, this guy already has enough coffee. I don't know if I'm,
Yeah,
I'm bringing a flamethrower to the fire over here.
I did.
Okay. Guys, we'll be right back with Toad the Wet Sprocket.
I want to do a segment called The Bereaved. You tell me if this is said, where we just take 5 minutes to talk to someone who just had someone pass away. And we end it with this. So your mom died yesterday. How does it make you feel? See, I don't even know them yet. You know the buttons.
I know the buttons.
Yes.
We can't abuse the buttons, though.
But
Stallone, if you're out there and you're listening to the Macaroni Rascals, we love you, and we want you to produce the show. And don't make us come after your family.
Don't make us.
Don't make us.
It's not on us.
Don't make us bad guys. I don't want to be a bad guy. Do you?
When I have his child in a headlock,
Right.
I'm going, I didn't want to do this. This is your father who did this. This is your father's fault.
Right. Well, maybe you should eat his pasta.
Maybe
you should clean his plate.
Clean your plate.
Clean your plate.
Clean your plate.
Clean your freaking plate.
That's really a shirt that says "Clean your plate." So, and then on the bottom it says Sylvester Stallone presents the Macaroni Rascals featuring
Clean
Mike
your plate.
Vecchione.
Yes.
And the illustrious Gregorio.
Why do you get
Stoneheart.
it? Why do you get an adjective?
You look at me and you don't think illustrious?
Illustrious. Yeah, that's true, but I should get an adjective too.
Well, all right, let's go.
The uncompromising. I want something that's really like rubber meets the road. I see
Uncompromising.
Mike Vecchione
And
the illustrious.
When he says, "Can I have the grilled cheese today?" and they go, "Is cheddar okay?" You go, "I do not compromise."
I do.
American only.
Did you ever? I did that joke where I don't know if I said it on this podcast, where I go to a German restaurant and I order something. And they go, I got it, Greg. I know where it is. I go to a German restaurant and I order like a schnitzel or something. And they're like, do you want mustard on the side? And I go, you have your orders.
Anyway, wait, you have your order. I didn't even hear the joke. I was so excited about
I'm
the
at a German restaurant. They asked me, do you want a schnitzel? I go, yes. And then before he leaves, he goes, oh, wait a second. I forgot to ask you. Do you want mustard on the side? I go, you have your orders. Because I just ordered from him. Come on, Greg.
We got to get a 60-watt speaker to carry with us that we could just push that every... That's how you know a comedian, you know? He carries a button and he goes, yeah.
Okay. Well, we're really I think we can't abuse that though.
We can't.
But we're button men.
We are button
I
men.
think that's what we should call our Patreon subscribe. Button men.
The button men.
Yeah.
Well, that's a new life. We have to have so many tiers.
So many tiers.
Every dollar up, you're a new tier, just so you can have a thing.
Right.
Right? The $16 people. $1 people, you're nobody. You're schmutz. You're ugats.
No. You're a bookmaker. But as you go up, as you're a button man, a button man is up there.
A button man?
Yeah.
That was my Uncle Ernie was a button man.
Yeah.
I didn't know you knew about the button man.
Yeah, button man. And then a soldier, a captain. Soldiers can also be button men.
But what about Cavone?
Soldier. Yeah.
Choo-charoon.
That's just part of the culture. Yeah, choo-charoon.
Part of the culture.
Choo-charoon. You are coffeeed up because now you're combining slurs.
You're going to have to probably give me a massage.
I have to rein you in.
Yes.
It's my job to rein you in today.
It's my job to rain on your parade.
Ooh. Strict disciplinarian here, Mike. This makes all the difference in the world. You just upped the podcast.
Yeah, I paid $1,000.
That is unbelievable.
I'm going to need half.
Wait a second. I just got you a coffee. Doesn't that count for anything?
All right, I'll take $998 for it.
Okay.
Can I tell you something?
Right.
And this,
I didn't know you were going to shake me down as soon as I got on the podcast.
You're lucky.
Oh, these sound effects cost $10,000. They cost $10,000. Greg, they don't look like they cost $10,000. It's $10,000. It's $10,000. You owe me half. You owe me half. It's like, Greg, what are we doing? We're eating each other now.
I asked Sherrod to do my podcast yesterday.
Yeah.
And I thought would be a really funny bit. And when he comes over, I was gonna get a wand, one of those metal detector wands, to check him before he comes into the podcast. Not because of racial things.
Yeah, not because of racial, because of Sherrod. Sherrod himself.
Yeah, he's
fantastic though. Sherrod's very fast.
Can we talk about how fucking he's a so sweet guy. He's very sweet.
Very sweet. Very fast on a podcast. So very.
What do you mean?
Very fast. Great jokes. Very fast.
Really?
Yeah. Great jokes and they come fast.
I thought you meant like he'll be like, I'll be there in 10. He's always here in 5.
No.
Gets in the king of the Uber.
Yeah.
I bet
King
you
of
I'm
the
the
Uber.
worst one on the podcast. Oh, I'm starting to spiral. That's what
You
happens.
are starting to
too
spiral.
high on the coffee.
Well, you tried to pay me 8 times for the coffee when I brought it in. Hey, how you doing? I'm sorry about that. That turned into a whole thing. Hey, do you want money? Do you want money? Can I give you money? Can I give you money? I'm like, Greg, it's fine. I don't want your money. I don't want your filthy, ill-gotten money.
But I am going to need that money for this new button machine I bought.
The button.
It's going to... Oh boy, I'm not doing great.
Wow. It's okay, Greg. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through it.
I'm sweating.
How was your week?
My week was good. What
Yeah.
did I do? I did some comedy.
Yeah.
Calvin had a new thing he did.
Right. And then you extrapolated that into a hilarious 5 minutes.
What I want to do is this. It's this button, and it's just Phil Collins in the air tonight. You push it, and it's the full song. And I make
We
you-
do the full song every time.
the
Yeah.
drum thing.
Well, if I was drowning in a creek, would you just watch it and go, I could make Macaroni Rascals my own?
If you
Would that
want-
run through your head and I could save Mike?
Mm.
He's a friend, but then again, I could have all the Patreon money if he did die.
I think I will get 4 episodes out of you. At the end of the month, when it's time to cash in that podcast, I see you in the crick. I throw a beaver in to try to bring you down more. It's a bunch of beavers.
Well, don't beavers build? Wouldn't they be building something?
They do, but I think you'd be freaked out by a beaver, so then
okay.
you'd drown. Are you afraid of water?
No.
You one of these?
I spent half my life in Florida.
Really? What does
Yeah.
that mean?
That means it's a peninsula. Have you heard of them?
No, and I don't want to know about it.
No, you don't want to know about a peninsula.
I do,
Jersey
yeah.
Public Schools.
First of all,
It's a peninsula. It's surrounded by water, so I had to learn to swim when I was young.
Florida has the most dangerous water. They have crocodiles in there.
Well, it's alligators.
Whatever, they're the same thing. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you the people I hate in the world.
Okay.
2 types of people.
Know-it-alls?
I hate people who say that crocodiles and alligators are different.
Okay.
And I hate people who say monkeys and gorillas are different.
Okay.
That's all the same.
So you
they're
hate-
all monkeys and they're all crocodiles.
You hate scientists.
I hate science.
You hate anybody with any kind of biological facts.
They make things up for no
You
reason.
don't.
Are you going to say that's
Don't
a
get
different
me
thing? It's a water lizard.
Don't get me started on Dr. Fauci.
Don't.
He doesn't make his own spaghetti sauce.
Shut the fuck up.
No,
Is this
I saw
seriously?
that 60 Minutes, and he has a jarred sauce. He puts a jarred
Oh
sauce on his
my.
pasta as he's talking about the science. I didn't listen to any of the science. I just noticed, hey, this Cavone doesn't make his own sauce. What else is he making up?
What do you do?
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm also a flat earther. I'll have to say that right now.
I mean, yes, the earth is flat. Can we
Yeah,
discuss
you'll
this
fall
for a minute?
off the side of it. You'll fall off.
It depends.
I'm talking to the fans right now. You will fall off.
You'll fall off.
And you will be abducted by pirates and dragons.
Do you know what's beyond?
Right.
What?
No, I just saying your name.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that a button? Shouldn't we get a button that says Greg?
Greg? Want to do it again? Greg. I just pretend.
How about we just get a button
Greg.
that does the entire podcast?
That would be great.
And then the buttons of when we chime in.
That was a funny one.
Thank
We
you.
should do an entire
Reverse.
podcast listening to our podcast, talking over it,
Mhm.
so it sounds like it's so it's you and me, and we're all in a room with each other.
No, I think that's a great idea, actually. I think
Really?
it's a great idea for us to do the podcast and then us to narrate.
Yeah.
We go, oh, this part coming up. This is when
This is
Greg
when-
really goes berserko. Is berserko in the contention for the name of your next child?
Oh my!
Berserko Stone.
You may have just renamed Calvin. Let me see if he comes to it. Berserko. He's here. He walked in. He
I didn't
answers
want to
to it.
say anything, but since we're hurting for content right now, when I come into this apartment, which I love, I never see Tita. She's always locked away in a room.
Mm.
Is she locked there against her will? I mean, the fans deserve to know. What do you have going on here in this? This seems like a patriarchy.
It's not against her will.
Right.
She can easily leave if she makes enough breast milk.
Okay.
If you make enough breast milk,
Right.
I will let you out.
Okay.
Your will
Yeah.
is to make more breast milk.
Right.
If she does not, it's like, is a door keeping someone in the room if it has a lock on it? No,
Right.
you have the key.
Yeah.
The key is 16 ounces of breast milk in an hour.
You're mentally extorting her.
She can come out whenever she wants.
Right.
She just needs to get the breast milk.
Right.
That's not against your will.
Right.
Your will is to make the breast milk.
Right.
I think that's fine. That's fair and clear.
Do you ever set her up? Do you ever go in and see her breastfeeding and think to yourself initially that's beautiful, but then the comic kicks in and you go, you call that breast milk?
I like to man. No, that wasn't a good man.
No, it's okay. Don't edit yourself. I'll control. I'll guide you, Greg. I'll guide you along these lines. I know you're very caffeinated.
This is you today. This one's you.
What's Bad News Monday?
Oh, Bad News Monday.
Yeah, what is it?
That's when every Monday I give you bad news, and then you tell me how to do it. My brain is going so fast,
Right.
that I need to slow down.
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry.
God.
I know I'm ruining. I'm not ruining it. 'Cause
You're
it's
not
fun.
ruining it. There is no ruining
There
it.
is no. There is only Zool.
People miss that. That's from Ghostbusters. If you didn't get that, that's from Ghostbusters. That's where Greg's brain is going right now.
Let's take a
How
minute.
are the shows? How were your comedy shows since you've had a child? How has that affected your comedy? Are you spitting up more on stage?
I wish I could. Middle of my sentence, go. Milk comes out of my mouth. The baby comic.
Yeah, the baby comic.
The baby comic.
Okay.
How y'all doing today? And then milk comes out of my mouth. That's
Yeah.
funny. That's
It's
crazy.
really funny. That's a great. You'd be more of a physical comic then.
What if every time a joke didn't go, I scream cried until they started laughing? It's
I say
okay.
yeah. I say it's,
They go, they cheer. I go, and then I go to my next
yeah.
bit.
And you
That's a fun
fall
one.
you fall asleep for a couple minutes, then you wake back up. You get back into your set. I like it. The baby comic. We have a lot of good ideas on this podcast, Greg.
Did I tell you I'm doing a thing
No,
with him? With him? So I do a thing where I flick his nose
right.
once a day, and he hates it.
Yeah.
It's okay, because just in case he ever grows to be a supervillain or a bad person,
Right.
I will implement like a Pavlovian shut-off system,
Right.
like a shutdown system.
Yeah.
Imagine if they had that for Hitler. Imagine Hitler starts coming over, and then someone just walks up, and they're like, "Well, how do we take care of him?" They go, "Just put him around a couple bees." You know, I used to put bees in his room, and he has a deadly fear
Well,
of
let's
bees.
follow the analogy. It's like if Hitler was like, "I'm going to invade Poland," and then you were his father. You just flicked his nose. He goes, "Okay, I'm not."
Okay, I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Imagine.
So you're using that on him,
Yes.
but he's going to hate improv.
Why would he hate improv?
Because that's improving. You flicking his nose, and then he reacts, and then you react. It's like he's just learning to shut down after you flick his nose instead of yes-anding it.
Well, I'll say it'd be great for he improv, because if you're like, "Hey, you're gonna invade Poland," he doesn't go yes and
yes, and
he would just go just
let's
Poland.
go the rest over the world. Let's go over the yeah, that's true. So it's good for improv, bad for world domination.
Yeah, imagine my kid Calvinucci in 50 years is in some kind of robot suit, staring at the White House. He's got the president, and they're
Yeah.
like, "What do we do?" And then I just come in, flick his nose. He flinches for just enough time for the sniper to kiss the picture of his wife, pull the trigger, take out my son. That's the way to do it.
Okay.
If you bring him into this world, it's your job to instill mental things to take your own child down. I think that should be a law,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. A law?
A law.
Okay. Well, obviously, you're going to raise a very deadly. Calvinucci is going to be an assassin,
Right.
a sniper of
Very
some
possible.
sort. It's very possible.
If your dog
Are
bites
you going to train
someone,
him that way?
if your dog bites someone,
Right.
you get in trouble. If your son takes over the White House,
Yeah.
that's on you, Mike Vecchione.
Is it? All right. This has been a fun segment. Let's go to traffic.
Oh, wait.
No. Okay. So no, I think that's a great idea.
Should drink more coffee.
I say why not? Let's see where it goes. Usually I would say no in social situations, but I'm like, I'm dying to see where this goes, Greg.
Because I didn't sleep last night.
Now the macaroni is ready.
Oh,
You look
God,
like you did.
texts.
You're getting a lot of texts.
What
What do you have going on?
One says, "Is Mike there? He's a loser."
Oh,
don't say
wow.
that, Sarah Tolamash.
Talamash.
Uh,
Talamooch.
no, we're good. As long as Tita doesn't text me, it's all going to hell.
Right.
We're good. I don't know.
Do you have a code word for if it is all going to hell?
Yeah,
What is it?
we do. It's kind of funny. Well, it's a two-man job. So whenever she's training, if she's changing the diaper and there's just shit everywhere, it's a two-man job. And
Right.
everyone has to come run in. So
Right.
whatever's happening is going down. You go, it's a two-man job. If he's crying and I can't get him, two-man job.
Yeah, but what if everything is going to hell? Let's think of a word that you could use. If it has to be one word because it's an emergency.
Right.
It's a two-man job as a sentence.
Silicone. No.
Papaya.
Papaya. Mick Jagger.
Mount Suvius.
Who would you rather have
Think of a
sex with?
disaster. What's the Pompeii?
A disaster? Okay.
Pompeii. That's where everything just gets frozen by lava.
Well, if we're doing disaster, it's like, okay, Mike Vecchione's career. Damn it, wrong button. And then Mike Vecchione's career.
All right. I think both of them worked. That's what I think the strange thing is.
Do you have money in your pocket?
Yeah, I
Then
do.
you're doing a great career.
No, bumping mics is not ours. We can't take that.
Look, we're
Look, we
Italian.
can't do it.
Steal.
We
Italian
can't steal. We can't
Italian
steal that,
steal.
Greg. We do steal. We steal money
What if we
and
brought
power.
David Tellin, Jim Ross here,
Jeff Ross.
Yeah, and we threatened them and said, "We're the new bumping mics. What are you going to do about it?"
They'd probably hit us on the head.
You think?
Yeah. I think they
Listen,
would go after us.
Those are great guys.
They're great
Sweet
guys. Yeah.
But do you think they can take us?
Yes, I do.
Who do you want? You don't think you could take David Tell
No.
in a fight?
No.
No.
Can't take Dave. Can't take Jeff.
Neither. I can
No.
take both. You can stay
Okay.
at the side.
I'll
double clothesline both of them, and you cheer me on. You keep going, Greg, 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 Greg. And then when they're down and dead, I stand over them, kind of like Muhammad Ali, and I go, bumping mics is ours now. Do something.
Oh, do you take the mic and bump them in the head?
I bump their heads together.
You bump the mics on their head after they're already down.
That's funny. I love those guys. Jeff Ross,
them.
very nice guy.
They're
Was
very
sweet to
funny,
me.
dude. It's just very, very funny stuff.
No, a good.
So we can't take their thing. We have to have our own thing.
What if we bumped
Bumping noodles.
Yeah,
I don't know. We
bump
don't have to.
penises?
No, bumping isn't even a. That sounds a certain way. I say we do something. Something else.
All right. What about
Something COVID related. Maybe an elbow.
switch masks? We switch our masks.
Switch masks. I think that a good game show is a mask, and you put a little bit of food on the inside of the mask, and then you grab a mask, and whatever food that is, that's the kind of food that you have to eat for the entire week.
You were just holding on to that this whole
Yeah.
episode.
It's rolling around the noggin.
That is what I like to call an A+ idea.
Yeah.
Mask food.
Yes.
What about
mask food?
What about multiple masks?
The masked eater.
Hang on.
The
This is a
masked
new
singer?
idea, and it's the best. Hang on. I gotta.
Your
Oh,
birth
oh.
control?
Yeah. Now that's fast. Bump mics.
Okay. No, we're not going to bump mics anymore. You're stealing somebody's bit,
What
Greg.
if we bump meatballs?
Bump meatballs. No.
I gotta make meatballs every week.
Yeah, that's a
too
lot of
much.
that's a lot of
That's too
extra
much.
work.
Wait,
That's a lot of
you
extra
go back
work.
to your old idea.
Greg, can we go back? Okay, what's my old idea?
The one you just said about
Putting food on a mask. Putting
masked
food on a mask?
eaters.
Masked eaters.
Right?
Yeah.
You put an entire buffet in front of someone, and people have masks on, and by how much they eat and what they eat, you have to guess what comedian it is. You go, oh, that's Ralphie May. Oh, that's Ralphie May. Oh, that's Eric Bergstrom. Skinny guy. Skinny guy is vegan.
Yeah, vegan.
Larry David. Maybe it's a little nosh.
Yes. I think these are all good ideas. Let's get back to Bad News Monday.
Bad News Monday.
That sounds great.
Right.
Are we going to ever get to this segment? That's really the question here.
Bad News Monday is when we go over some kind of
What is some bad news? I'll give you some bad news.
Yeah, I don't have any.
I have one. Casey Anthony wants to have another baby.
Another one.
Another one.
Well, that's good for her. She, if at first you don't succeed, try again.
Okay, Greg is a pretty
Perfect.
serious issue
That's perfect.
about her wanting to have. I mean, I don't know if that's going to ruin her nightlife, though. Maybe she's done being at the clubs and partying
Right.
and all that. You
So
know,
she get back into it.
Florida's a great state to
Can I
raise
say
a
this?
child. I was raised there, half my life in Florida, so it's a great state.
I know you claim Youngstown, Ohio, but you're a goddamn alligator boy. If
Well,
I've ever
because
seen
I
one.
was raised in Youngstown. I was born in Youngstown, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
First 8 years there, and then I spent like 4 in Florida, and then went back to Ohio for 2, and then back to Florida for 3. Half and half.
Because
I'm a
you're
half
on the
northern
run?
and a half southern. That's
Because
what
you
it would
drop a
seem
dime
like.
on some people?
That's what it would seem like.
Who'd you drop the dime on?
I'm not no snitch,
I know.
and I ain't no scrub. Okay, I know that's what was coming next. It's got to be at some. All right, it's delayed. The drummer was on break.
Imagine he runs back in.
So that's some bad news. That's bad news if Casey Anthony wants to have another child.
For who?
I mean, you support her, though. You support her. You say, go ahead.
I let
think
hot
it's
chicks do
time for
anything.
her.
I mean, a hot chick.
Is
She's
she
so
hot?
hot.
I think she's
Mike, pull up a picture of Casey Anthony
Oh, my God. Let's.
and Photoshop a picture of. Put some draw some boobs, hand draw some boobs. on
No,
her.
just let's see her naturally, and then we can both swipe left or right. Do it like it's on a dating app, Mike. If Casey Anthony popped up,
But what will you do if
this
you're on a
girl's a
sweating
lot
app?
of fun.
What would you do if you were if you see a picture of a girl, she's very cute.
Yeah.
You get to the date and it's actually Casey Anthony. You got catfished, but in a way that she just couldn't tell you it was her. And she
Right.
goes, "I knew you would never come
Right.
if you saw."
Well, I would hear her out. Okay, because she is pretty,
Yeah.
and we're already there,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not afraid to spend a little money.
Also, you
Let's buy dinner. Let's see where it goes.
look, if we have a kid, she'll kill it. So we just won't have kids,
Right.
right? You know her
She'll
flaws.
probably be fine if we just don't have kids.
Right. I like a woman where you get your crazy out front. Like, I
Yeah.
know how crazy you are.
Right.
You know, like if somebody else, they're crazy in a way of like, oh,
Oh,
you know.
no, I got to deal with this.
Right.
But
Casey
she's
Anthony, it's
yeah,
no.
she's life in prison crazy.
Right. Is she still in prison?
No, she's not. She got
She-
acquitted.
Got acquitted?
But I think she was sleeping with her lawyer. They had a vibe like they were sleeping together. You know how you don't know, but you do know.
Mm-hmm. Sleeping with your lawyer isn't going to get you acquitted, though.
Well, she probably couldn't. Maybe had trouble paying him, so she did it through sexual. Do we have a better picture, Michael? Because she's just staring dead-eyed at us.
Oh,
is that her really,
God.
Michael? Or are you just putting pictures in?
My God.
And she looks really good there.
She does.
That's for like an elegant night out. The other one is
What
just
would
like
you rather?
She went to a ball game.
Your wife kills your baby, or your baby kills your wife. Both are hot.
Oh, no.
Your wife is hot and so is the baby.
The baby. If the baby kills the wife, and we're talking about some pretty dark stuff here, and
Right.
a lot of the
Bad News
fans are
Monday.
going, "Hey, this isn't about macaroni." I wonder how they're gonna work linguine into this.
She
But,
poisons the fettuccine.
She poisoned the fettuccine. But if the kid goes after the mother, you go, "I'm gonna have to rein this kid in
Right.
a little bit." You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, is it a lost cause? No, it's not a lost cause. But like, this kid's got some dark tendencies. I just have to funnel it the right way.
Right.
A woman is
Right.
an adult that's already developed. It's like, oh, she's already
What would you rather?
off the rails.
Would you rather have marry a man, and you're not gay? You don't get to be gay in this.
Right.
You have to marry a man, but you have to have sex with them, and it's never good. Or
Well, if
Casey-
I'm not gay by definition, it's never going to be good. But thank you
Exactly.
for adding that
That's what I'm saying.
special caveat.
like if you
Right.
just became gay, that's fine. Yeah, you're gay. You love men. That's fine.
Yeah.
This is a great relationship. I'm saying
I just became gay.
you just marry someone for the rest of your life, and the only person you're gonna have sex with is a man who's also not attractive to you in any way. It's all bad.
Mm-hmm.
Or you marry Casey Anthony.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay, what is it?
Casey Anthony.
But she kills your kid.
All right, no, she doesn't. If I just marry her and we decide not to have kids, we would decide not to have kids. If I married Casey Anthony, I would be like, we're not having kids. We're just going to enjoy each other's company. And I would also be very careful about her poisoning me because, you
What
never know.
if Casey Anthony's rumor was that I had heard the kid was going to become was a drug dealer? You know, like what if she tries to say she's the Dexter? I pull this. This is an idea I like to.
Well,
dangle
she
around.
tries to do a campaign slandering the kid.
Yes,
The kid was going to be bad anyway.
Yeah.
The kid was going to be a bad student
on
and
TV.
do all kind. Wouldn't it be all kinds of stuff that's just regular kid stuff? That's bad. And kid's probably going to skip school one day.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, that's just regular kid stuff. But she uses as a campaign for premeditated murder.
they're just like, did you know little Michael used to poop his pants and throw it at a child? This ad paid for by Casey Anthony.
She's campaigning.
She's campaigning. You get on Florida. Is she from Florida?
Yeah.
It's one of your
Of
people.
course.
You could have met her.
Of course. I know. I was down there going to bars probably around that time. I was already up here by then, but
This is some dark stuff.
it is pretty dark stuff. It's pretty dark. But do you guys like the lighthearted way that we're coming at it? We're Macaroni Rascals. We're rascals.
We're just being rascals.
It's like when you wake up and you go to the garage and the garbage gets like the Rascals got into the news. What are they doing in there? What are they doing in there? Oh, they got mixed up in this Casey Anthony thing. That's pretty dark. All right, let's move on, guys.
When you push the button, I want to push the button too. I'm like,
Okay, well you
I'm like a
can't do it.
kid.
It's a copycat sound
It
effect.
really is. But Mike,
But Greg,
Yeah.
what else is happening? What else is bad news Monday? Well, Monday in and of itself is bad news, isn't it? Because it's the start of the work week, but not for us because we're comics. So this is kind of like our weekend.
What Monday is my big work day.
Mm.
Every Monday, I do one push-up
Yeah.
and I do a podcast, and then I'm just good.
The push-up pod?
The push pod. Don't push me. Push the push pod. What else is in the news? Anything else?
I don't know. You're the one who came up with Bad News Monday, and then you have no ideas to fill the time, Greg?
My brain is moving so fast
Yeah.
that I can't seem to slow down to think of anything.
Right. Bad News Monday. Well, let's just check headlines. Let's go right to headlines.
Do you have a headlines app?
No, I have an app, Newser, which is the smallest
Newser,
news
you're a
stories.
newser.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the smallest news story.
Oh, I love that.
So as long as your internet works,
oh, my internet hasn't worked in years. I'm going to take another couple.
let's go, Brandon.
Oh,
Political
Mike's got
chant is only gaining steam.
I think Mike pulled out another picture. Mike has just been looking at pictures of Casey Anthony
Right,
for the past
nonstop.
15 minutes. Full 15.
Heartbreaking find after teen places call to Texas cops.
Oh, well, that
A retirement researcher retires himself.
Ooh, a mummy. What's his mummy story?
Mummy may rewrite the history of mummies.
Oh, read that.
Okay.
Read the whole thing.
A dignitary named Kui,
Oh, boy.
who lived about 4,400 years ago, just might end up being one of the most famous mummies in history, provided his story checks out. Archaeologists in Egypt say the remains discovered in 2019 could prove that Egyptians were carrying out sophisticated mummifications about 1,000 years earlier than thought. Among other things, that would mean they were removing the brain and other organs and using high-quality resins and linens to preserve the corpse. It has been long believed that no such mummifications took place during what's known as the Old Kingdom, roughly 2700 BC to 2200 BC. If this is indeed an Old Kingdom mummy, all books about mummification and the history of
Let me
Old
cut you off
Kingdom
here.
will need to be revised.
I've never cared less about anything in my life.
Mummies?
No,
You don't like mummies?
I don't like mummies, and I don't like paying attention.
Well, you want to hear a comment
Yeah?
for Bad News Monday? This will brighten up Bad News Monday.
Uh-huh.
All mummies and no daddies. What's the fun in that for us daddies?
First of all, that's a
Okay,
great
that guy
comment.
deserved it.
Yeah.
The comment.
We should read comments to our on our stand-up.
No, I don't. I actually went down a rabbit hole where I read comments, and it put me in a spiral.
I want to
Put me
pay
in a very bad place.
I want to pay a bunch of people to go on all your videos and say this guy is ripping off Greg Stone. Just get that rumor going. This guy's a real Greg Stone wannabe.
This says, "Yo, mommy, you are the ageless wonder." And the next comment was, "How did they know it was a man?"
Hilarious.
There are certain anatomical differences. There's guys. I like these ancillary arguments they have. That comment was removed.
Let's
Ooh,
get out of
this was Queen Elizabeth is in the news yet again.
Is she?
They slammed her.
Did
They called her a mummy.
Oh,
basically.
come on. That's really funny.
That's pretty funny.
That is actually pretty
Yeah.
good. They should do a news app. Here's an app idea.
How about for Tesla? Good news from Hertz. Bad news on bugs.
I
You
just
want to
got
read
the
that one?
fucking $5,000 idea.
What?
$5,000 idea. It's a news app, but there's no comment section. It's a bits section. So you're only allowed to put bits.
Well, basically, every fifth one is a bit. It's
Right.
Actually, the fifth one, every fifth one is pretty funny.
But get them out. They're all jokes. Everyone knows
jokes.
it. This is all for jokes. It's called, ooh, Mike's got a thing. Dormice featured by Italian mafia seized in drugs raid. Wait, what?
wow.
Mike, come on the air and explain that to us.
So these endangered dormice are being used as I don't know, like gifts or prizes, like for for Italian mafia.
Wait,
members.
what?
Yeah.
Say that again. I have to put your volume up.
So these dormice
Uh-huh.
are being used as a delicacy and being served to like high-ranking Italian mafia members, but they're endangered.
Wow.
Oh,
So-
I thought if you gave a mouse again, another kind of person I hate. A mouse and a rat, same animal,
Right.
right? And if you give a mouse to an Italian, that's a way of saying you're a rat. To me, you eat this rat, you rat,
Yeah.
or you go,
You're a
I
snitch.
eat rats.
Oh, I eat rats.
I eat rats. That's how much I hate rats.
Well, they're eating as a delicacy. They're not eating them, Mike, to prove a point. They're just eating them as a delicacy.
Correct. Apparently, it's an old Roman thing.
That's an old Roman
oh,
thing.
the Romans.
So are bathhouses.
Are
An
they?
old Roman thing. Yeah, they would gorge themselves and then go into like a sauna and
Sweat it out?
Yeah.
What's gorge mean?
Overeat?
Oh, I thought it was like
Yeah.
stick a knife into your stomach.
I like your acting there.
Why?
You acted like you didn't know what overeating was.
It's really fucked up, dude. I have a kid now, and I'm going to die early.
Oh, you're not going to die early. You're going to get in shape. We're going to do a whole workout video, and we're going to capture the attention of the world with it. Two stocky Italians work out and live their best lives.
Hey, Mike, do you have... not you, Mike.
The Italian mice.
Do you have...
The Italian mice story was a great find, Mike.
That was a great find. I was
Yeah.
going to ask if you also have any segments we can do, because I'm going too crazy, and I'm starting to spiral.
I'm Mike.
No?
Can you? First of all, Mike's a producer. He's got his hands full.
No, but he has
Okay,
segments sometimes.
but
ready for-
me, I'm the one who's going to keep this on the straight and narrow, Greg.
But with
and
what?
we're still
By
doing
reading articles?
No, we're doing Bad News Monday. Or you forget the? What did you? Do you have too much coffee and just forget the segment?
Yes.
Now this is a real one.
All right.
There will be no funeral for Brian Laundrie.
Why? That's what they do now?
The results of Brian Laundrie's autopsy are in, and they're inconclusive, with no manner of cause of death determined by a lawyer. They say forensic anthropologists will further examine the remains. Eventually, they will be cremated. There will be no funeral, the attorney adds. Laundrie was a person of interest in the death of his fiancée, Gabby Petito, when he died. A suspect still has not been named in the murder.
I know what happened here.
What?
Brian Laundrie clearly dug up some old bones and threw them out and said, "That's my body."
Right.
And they can't say it's him, so he can live on the lam.
He's
forever.
on. Where do you think he is?
Brian Laundrie?
Yeah.
Oh, probably Kentucky. That's where I would go.
Right.
What would you? Yeah.
Because no one actually does their laundry in Kentucky. All right, folks, we're lightening up the news here.
They should do a bad news show where it's not bad news; it's just news that's not interesting. It's
Right.
like, here's a bad news show. When they go, "What's bad news?" And they go, "My uncle is sad." That's not good news. It's not. It's bad news.
Storm threatens historic rain. Mud flows could be a problem after fires in Northern California. I thought rain was the answer to fires, but
You'd
apparently
think.
not.
Not in
This
Italy.
storm is going to make it worse.
You know why they don't? You know why they? You know why rain isn't good for a fire in Italy?
Why?
Because you don't want to put water on a grease fire
Greg,
because they're so greasy.
it's so great. It is a grease fire. You don't want to. You have to. You have to try to fan it with a wife beater. Okay.
Is it ever okay? Name me off the top of your head 3 times it's okay to kill a woman.
Okay. It's not. I think it's never okay to kill a woman. Women are people.
They are people.
Mike, can we check that?
I'll say 1. If they
Oh,
get
you
too
know what?
tall.
To your point.
Hmm?
Go ahead, Greg. I didn't mean to cut
too
you
tall.
off.
You can't have a tall woman walking
You
around
can't have a
there.
tall woman.
Got to take her out.
No, that's the wrong attitude. See, your mental attitude is all wrong towards tall women.
Is it?
First of all, the Taliban is killing volleyball players right now.
Shut up,
female
really?
volleyball players. Yeah. So which brings us to this news story on Bad News Monday, Greg. Broken heart syndrome on the rise amongst women. Broken
What?
heart syndrome. Study finds
Oh no.
I can't really say the word.
Tecanopadia.
Teksubo cardiopathy cases are increasing, especially in ages 50 to 74.
You know why?
The technical term is Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, but most would probably know the ailment as the informal name broken heart syndrome.
Or Greg had a baby. He's finally off the market.
Now, a new study finds that cases are on the rise, particularly among women ages 50 to 74. Don't be fooled by the nickname. The syndrome is a very real physical problem and a serious one.
Yeah.
True cases are rarely fatal. Still, patients may end up in the ICU, which is a good place for somebody brokenhearted. ICU. Okay.
Then you have
For
to,
weeks recovering.
they should have a doctor who goes into the room. This
sexy
is when,
doctor?
I was gonna say this is when stripper doctors really can get in
Yes.
there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A bunch of women coming off broken hearts, and you get a doctor come in. Let me feel that thing, and then he's like, dun, 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 dun. And he takes his clothes off, and then everyone gets horny.
Yeah.
Horny disease.
Yeah, that's the antidote.
The antidote is.
That's the prescription.
I'm gonna write you a script for a big old dick.
The ailment
Trying to
is
be clean.
No, you that was good.
Yeah.
The ailment is usually preceded by an extreme shock, stress, or loss.
Uh-huh.
Symptoms include chest pain, so severe it feels like a heart attack, fainting, and shortness of breath. Have you ever had a breakup that bad where you felt physical symptoms of it, Greg?
Yeah. When every time you leave. I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the podcast, I'll leave.
But have you ever? Sincerely, have women
mean,
break your
my
heart so bad that
first-
you felt it physically.
My first heartbreak
Yeah.
I was so devastated that all I did was listen to Dashboard Confessional and throw up. And not because of Dashboard Confessional, because I felt bad.
Which song? Screaming Infidelities?
Yeah. Your hair is everywhere. Screaming infidelity. I remember I was sitting
That's
back
an
in
early 2000s thing.
I can't believe you knew that.
Yeah.
I thought you only listened to
They went to my high school.
Shut up.
I think they did.
I just like you 3 more
Dashboard Confessionals went to Boca Raton Community High School.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure of that. Michael,
Mike,
if
can
we
we
could check
can we-
that, you
Michael?
will be, dare I say, a jukebox hero. That's foreigner.
It's foreigner.
That's a little foreigner called Head Games.
How many people you think went to racist jail for saying they hate foreigners and then they meant the band and not immigrants?
That's a great one, Greg.
Is it?
It really is.
You know what I
It's a hilarious misunderstanding. I think I'm hitting the wrong buttons now.
I think this one is very underrated.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know. It's just like so ridiculous.
It's really great.
I saw once.
But that's a great joke, Greg.
Never mind.
Not liking
Never
foreigners, and then the band Foreigner, and everybody thinks that you hate, you're racist, and you're like, no, I'm more of a Journey guy.
We should stand outside of places and protest Foreigner, and then just because we hate the band. It's really funny. No foreigners in this country. Mike, what's it say?
After graduating from Boca Raton High School,
yes, I was right. I was right.
You know what I would say you are?
What?
Vindicated. You're a liar. I'm a chooch. That's a song later in their career. Some Spider-Man soundtrack. I'm not sure if
that
you're
was
familiar.
from their greatest hits. But yes, I want to focus on this, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
And focus seems to be our problem on this episode. I'm not doing much to help.
I'll say this though.
What?
I think people are going to enjoy it. It's crazy.
Are they?
I think they are because it's still fun. And
we're moving really fast. I mean, if people are I don't know if they should drive to this episode. I mean, it is very reckless. We're all over the place.
We should set up our podcast to be listened to at an old payphone. The only way to hear it is you got to drive to this old payphone in the desert, pick it up, and you hear, "Welcome to Macaroni Rascals. You're on the air." And then
Let's take a call. Greg, so I want you to describe the pain that you felt. What was the situation when you felt this you felt physically sick from an emotional breakup?
Yeah.
Talk to me about it.
We broke up.
Right.
And then I thought it was like we were good. And then my friend said he saw her with the girl. He saw her with the singer in the Christian band.
A Christian rock lead singer?
She was very Christian, and he
Yeah.
was a Christian. And so she left me and went to the lead singer of this
Would you
Christian
say
band,
that
and I started-
he was her savior?
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably
Well, I'm
would just say
sorry
that.
about that, Greg. I went for the joke.
Saved her for, I know. And I went for the heartbreak. It's this jacket. I'm
You-
never funny in this jacket.
Yes, you are.
I could take it off, and I bet
Yeah.
you're funnier.
You taking off the jacket?
I think so, but I'm going to hold it. I'm still going to touch it.
Okay.
Just to get the power going.
Is this a jackets off episode? I didn't get the memo on that.
I also think I'm a gold chain guy.
You are.
Do you think I wear this
Yeah.
to a comedy club?
Greg, can we go back to the yeah, I think that would be okay.
The way
Let's
you're
go-
holding my wire is very erotic.
I want to go back to the heartbreak thing. She broke up with you
Uh-huh.
for a Christian rock singer. And did that force you into like devil music? Did you start listening to Slayer then?
First of all, I was already into devil music.
Okay, that's probably why she left you though.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
She did think I was the devil, and I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Because
She's not that far off.
Well, that's the best one.
That's
This is the
great.
best one.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, we dated, and all her friends were born again Christian.
Yeah.
And I was.
Is there a big born again community in Newark,
I guess.
Jersey City?
You just gonna say states. Oh, you just keep naming cities I'm
Is
not
it?
from.
I thought it was Newark.
No,
Jersey
from
City.
Louisville. Louie, comma Ville.
Louisville, New Jersey.
Louisville.
New Jersey.
I'm not from New Jersey. I've
from
never been from New Jersey.
You're from Kentucky.
I've always been from Kentucky.
Shut up.
Do you not pay attention to me?
No.
I'm a Kentucky boy.
No.
Y'all crazy. Let me get my accent out. Y'all is misunderstanding me for the third time. Yeah, no, I'm from Bloomfield, New Jersey.
Bloomfield.
Why do I just lie? Why?
I don't know. I don't know. Probably because of your heartbreak situation. Well, the girl broke your
That's going to
heart.
get old real quick. I'll have 4 new sounds for next week.
Can we stick to the article, Greg?
We can.
What physical symptoms did you feel when this Christian flew to heaven, this angel
Yeah.
flew away from you, and you felt like the depths of hell? What did you feel?
I felt
What were the physical symptoms?
Yes. Physically, I want to say something before we move on.
Right.
Because you asked a question, I'd like to answer the first question, Your Honor. She, now I forgot what it was. She thought I was the actual devil. I'm not joking.
Right.
Because they were very Christian, and she only hung in her group. So she dated me, which was outside of the group, and all her friends said I was the devil tempting her to pull her. And then we had sex.
Yes.
And she had to take the ring off. She had a ring.
Promise ring.
A promise ring to God and her dad.
Right.
And she took it off. She didn't feel right. And all her friends noticed. And she went, oh my God, Greg is the devil. Legitimately thought I was the devil tempting her.
Well, she's making a great point because she's swaying me. I thought you were a great dude. All right. Don't just hit all the buttons. You're gonna hit all the buttons. Okay. I think that viewership just went down from that, And I'm starting to think you are the devil. She's right. Now, what did she take off first? The panties or the promise ring? That's got to have been pretty erotic when she slowly takes off the promise ring.
The panties. But she didn't know how she took off the promise ring.
How?
She swallowed it. Actually, what I did was I was going down on her, and it came out of her vagina. And I went, and she goes, "Yes, I took it off for you." And that's we knew to have sex because she hid the ring in her vagina. That's how you know it's kind of like an unwrapping of a party. It's very dirty. I'm trying to be clean again.
Yeah,
but what do you want from me?
The peer-reviewed study shows that while the ailment isn't common, neither is it as rare as it once thought. This is Heartbreak syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Researchers found 135,463 U.S. cases from 2006 to 2017, and 88.3% of them involved women 50 or older.
Pause. Idea. Pause.
What?
This is the idea. You hate a woman. You want to kill her. You can't just blow her brains out. You can't choke her. You can't put her in a car and just fill it with water.
Right.
You just keep trying to break her heart. You just keep going like she's like, honey, dinner's ready. And she comes in and you go, just kidding, no food.
Ooh.
Just keep hitting her with disappointments.
Right.
Then her heart will break. Then she dies. And you go, Your Honor, you can't put me in jail for being so suave. You know what I mean?
Are you going to use the defense, don't hate the player, hate the game?
I would. Don't hate the player, hate the game. No, you can hate the player. Do you know how many players in basketball are just mean people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you see LeBron James or let's just say a Steven Markinson, whoever, on the street and he slaps you in the face and you go, dude, I fucking hate Steven Markinson, and they're going to go, hate the game? Basketball has nothing to do with being assaulted on the street.
It's not the basketball game. It's the slap game. Hate the slap game. Don't hate the player, dog.
You were so right.
Men and women have different biology and are susceptible to diseases, says Chang.
Who's Chang?
Chang is a doctor in this.
Thank you.
Those differences get exaggerated over time, and in this study, it seems to be applicable here also. Greater awareness is playing role in the increased diagnosis, but Chang says still unidentified environmental factors are probably a factor too.
Wait, they don't call him Dr. Chang? They just call him Chang? It's offensive to me. Dr. Chang.
Well, probably they loosened up halfway through the article.
They got to know him.
Yeah, got to know him. They're like,
Chang,
come on, Chang.
Chang, he's saying it.
Changy boy. Future research will try to pinpoint who might be the most vulnerable. The probability is some underlying genetic disposition, she says. Okay.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
That is what...
50 to 74 women. Well, you can stop right there. The only solution at that age is to become a lesbian. That's dear Lord.
Jesus, lady.
Dear Lord. The reason this only affects women is simple. For guys, the cure is broken heart is just more porn.
DITA, man. Dick is the answer. That's what I always say.
Oh, this guy had a good one. This is from Reg. He wrote, "What is a symptom? When she breaks my pockets?"
Thanks, Reg.
Pretty great, Reg.
Shout out to Reg.
Shout out, Reg. This happened to me when Trump was president 4 years ago.
Oh, I have a great segment idea when you're done. Sorry.
Okay. This is the last one.
Okay.
This is from the Countess. When my son died, I knew I'd die from the pain, but I'm still here. Then it starts again when I think of him.
Oh.
Okay.
That's sad.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Who writes that?
Someone wrote, I'm very sorry.
Who are those comments? I got to add this. Sorry.
Someone wrote that. And then, is it the same feeling as losing a pet?
Mike, we don't have to read all these comments.
And then she wrote back, no, of course not. The loss of a child makes you mourn the loss of any living creature. It makes you hurt. When my son's favorite cat died, I cry buckets for a week.
Wait a minute. She just said, point is when a child dies is the worst. Counterpoint, when the cat died, I cried for a week.
Yeah.
It's a weird woman.
She might have been, these comments are kind of a little all over the place.
I want to do
you do find some funny ones in there. But that one about losing a child was not funny.
Losing a child isn't great unless he's just in the mall and you find him quickly.
Right. Then it's kind of funny. It's that's a story that you tell on a podcast then.
Or if you
because you've recovered him.
I lost Calvin in the blankets the other day.
Did you?
Blankets like, where are you, buddy?
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm suffocating. Get these things off of me. And I got him off. It was good. I want to do the same
thing. It's good
that
he wasn't becoming a Klansman.
What if my kid was?
Because he got lost in the sheets. Anyway,
I have a segment I want to do.
Okay.
You're closing the podcast?
No. I'm not closing the podcast.
We do the same thing you just did.
Bad News Monday.
Except we do it with Facebook posts. Right? You don't say the
but they
names.
can't see the post.
No, but we read them, right?
Okay.
You read them like, let's see something wild, right? Like you go like, let me do this one. All of these are just like Greg Stone's very funny. Joe Rogan posted something. I don't know him. Sorry, here we go. Military parents coming home videos get me every time. Let's see the comments. No joke, says Sam. Karen, me too.
Ooh.
All right. And Pander and yeah, everyone just wrote same. Man, that's not a good one.
That might not be a good segment. We
this-
got to get some juicy stuff.
Oh, let's do Twitter.
Oh no, Twitter is full of
Yeah. This will be good, right?
Italy, statue of scantily clad woman sparks sexism now.
What are you saying?
What? I'm reading what
Oh.
Mike put up. Yeah, that's a title. Italy, statue of scantily clad woman sparks sexism now.
Here we
So-
go. It is a violation of the Liberty University Code of Conduct for a woman to make a man worry, says Jay Welch.
Mm.
I don't know what I'm going to like it. I'm going to retweet it. I don't know what that means. Wait, is this a tweet that'll get me in trouble? I
It
don't
is
know.
a violation of the Liberty University Code of Conduct for a woman to make a man worry. I can't see. Some of the stuff is so like inside baseball. I don't even understand
You ever
if
get
it
news
gets
like
you
that?
in trouble. Like it's like some people have comments. I'm like, I don't even understand what side you're on or what this even is anymore.
I just want to tell
It's so far from like what it doesn't even track. I don't get it. Are you being sarcastic? I have no
Right.
idea. I understand the individual words, but when you're putting them together
know
like
what
that,
these
I don't
words
understand
mean.
what your point is. Yeah, at all. So
And sometimes they'll do things that are like, yeah, Billy Baldwin is on the wrong side of history. And you're like, what did he do? Now I'm Googling Billy Baldwin,
yes,
and nothing comes
and you
up.
have to become an internet sleuth just to understand the tweet.
Yeah. I listen, everybody. I want to say this. Today's episode, I think, is fun. I think we're having a good time.
I think we're having a great time.
That being said, if you are saying you're not having a good time, that is my fault.
I don't think it is. I think it's both of us together on this, so we'll take the responsibility. It's like after a press conference after you lose a game,
Uh-huh.
you never go, you're going to come and go, oh, it's all your fault. It's like, no, I could have coached better.
Yeah.
We could have been better. We could have had a better strategy going in.
Why do
So-
they even do those?
Never take the responsibility.
Because they're never going to be like, yeah, whose fault was Don Mattingly's fault? You didn't see?
Yeah.
He got that out. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Why do they even do those? You know they're not going to admit to it. It's so sad. Why do they do those post interviews? Wait a week.
No, because they're asking. A week is already out of the news. The news cycle moves. They're already on to another game. They put it out of
Talk
their
to the
minds.
winners. Don't talk to the losers.
No, you got to talk to both. There's success. There's lessons of winning even in losing, Greg.
Really?
Yeah. You're like, what could I have done? And plus, it's good to see the sportsmanship, and it's good to see somebody who's legitimately evaluating their performance as they're talking. We didn't do good enough. Like we need to do. Do you think it would have helped to bring the linebackers up? Maybe. Maybe that would have been a thing if we brought our linebackers up, if we would have played one-on-one. Anything different, maybe it would have been a different result. But we can't second-guess ourselves. We just have to prepare better for next week. Those are good. Those are all good. I mean, it sounds like just a script, but those are all good messages.
But how come I think there's better messages. I think
What is the better message? To shut down and not talk at all?
No, I come out and I go, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's just a game. And I had a health exam yesterday and I'm healthy. So, guys, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
I know we lost it, but I
Yeah.
have love and I have hope and I have you, Jimmy from Star Ledger. I have your love. So, no, I'm not sad that I lost the game because it's just a game and I live in a free country with money.
It's just a
and
game that we're
cash.
paying you millions and millions of dollars to play, and that you play professionally.
But I don't play
so
for the
take
love.
the game seriously.
You seriously doesn't mean you have to be, when you bomb, you walk off and I hate myself. No, walk off and go, I'll get him. Or you don't say anything. You just go, I know that this isn't really something to be upset about.
Is it not something to be upset about? Is it something to be like, okay, maybe could I have done something to turn that set around?
Yes.
Could I have not? Like, it depends what you're going through when you're up there. If you actually fought the good fight and you did the best you could to turn that crowd and to get them on your side without selling out, without pandering to them, staying in the pocket, staying within yourself and bringing them in, then you walk out with your head held high. But if halfway through the set you realize that you weren't going to get them and it's a natural reaction to hang your head and to blame them or whatever, and then you come off, you go, okay, how could I have got something out of that set? How could I have done better?
Right.
Even though it was in a losing effort, maybe,
Right.
how could I have done better? You learn from it.
I think you can learn, but I think that when these guys come off from their losses, if they just went, hey, man, I did the best I can, I'm pretty happy. You know what I mean?
What if they didn't do the best that they could? What if halfway through they're like, no, I just got into a mental spiral. I got really down on myself and I didn't play the best that I could.
I would love
the next week. I have to come with a better mental attitude so that whatever I'm faced with, I'll be able to deal with it better, even in a loss.
I would love if Carl Griffin came off his basketball shot and went, well, why don't we win? I got a little lazy, a little tired. I know it's the finals, but I could have done better. I could have, but I didn't wanna. No, he always plays his heart out. They always play their hearts out.
That's not necessarily true.
Who doesn't?
It's not necessarily true.
In the finals?
It's not necessarily true in any. Don't limit it to the finals. In any game, people don't necessarily always play. If they do, they could say, look, I can hold my head up high. I did everything I could within the confines with what I knew to play and win the game. That's what I can say. But what I want to say is I didn't do enough. The result is, that's the good thing about sports. The result is clear cut. I didn't do enough to win. I have to figure out a way. We as a team have to figure out a way to win next week or next year.
I got an idea for us.
What is
we
it?
do a bracket.
Now I'm in coaching mode now.
I know. I can see it, and I love it. I saw you turn this mode. I want you to. Why don't you coach me? Why don't you be my comedy coach? Can you take me under your wing and put all your energy? Look, Mike.
Right.
You're 70.
Just give up on myself.
We learned last week that you're 75 years old. Every week.
Yeah.
We do. Mike, you come with me to my spots. You wear a towel, the white outfit, right?
I'm your corner guy.
You're my corner guy, right?
Yeah.
And then we do drills, and then we go, and then we see.
Yeah.
That's 1A of my thing. B is you and I do a bracket where you and I face off every week for jokes. So each bracket will be a topic, and then we come with the ideas we have for those things,
right?
And then we get down to the bracket to see who's the champion of comedy.
How much writing is that going to be?
A lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's over 60. Over 60 brackets.
I think you make meatballs for every podcast. Remember that idea?
Yeah.
Remember that idea we had? Meatballs for every podcast.
Can you start telling people you're my coach?
I'm your comedy coach.
Yeah, you're my coach.
I'm Greg's life coach.
I want you to walk with me.
He actually had a baby on my advice.
Every set, I want you to walk me to the stage, give me a little bit of a massage. You go get him. And every time a joke bombs, you walk up and you ice my eyes.
Oh, no. I walk up first. I go, introduce you this way.
Yes.
This next comic is not by himself. He has a coach. He has a guy. He's been training very hard, 12 weeks of training camp for this set. So I'd like to bring him up. First, I'd like to bring his trainer up. And then I'll go, we've been working very hard, and we're looking forward to a great set. And then I go off to the side, and then you go, hey, what's up, everybody? And you tell your first joke, and then I come up and do your eyes. And or you tell 3 jokes, and then you sit down.
Yeah.
And then I do your eyes. I give you water.
And we have a woman walk by with a number, like in a bikini. She's holding it up, like joke 1, joke 2, joke 2. And I go, I'll get him on this next one.
Yeah.
I'm going to get him with the rape jokes.
Well, no, do 3. It's 3 minute. We'll do it every 3 minutes of the set, just like a round.
Just like a round.
Yeah.
Round 1, round 2, round 3. Let me say this. I will say the funniest idea in the world is that when a host brings me up on stage, you go up and you go, I do the introductions for Greg. I will. Sorry. Great. Well, Greg, ladies and gentlemen, this next comedian weighing in at 203 pounds. I took 50 off. He's the devil of design. He's the king of content. He's the master of TikTok. Gregor, and you bring me up, and then I only have 2 minutes left of my set. I do one joke, and then I leave. I think that's funny.
I think it's really
no
great.
one in the crowd responded with it. They don't get all mad, but we would think it's funny.
Yes. And that's the really important thing, that
Right.
we have a good time, not the people who paid money and got a babysitter to come out and see.
That's also a baller move too. We do that, and then I just pay for everyone. I go, you can have a good time. Good. I'm paying everyone in the room's check. Everyone,
check.
you're all checks are paid. Checks are paid, folks.
Checks are paid. And what about the babysitter?
What about the babysitter?
You've paid her
I've been
too?
watching I pulled their baby up. I go, I've been watching them too. I got your kid on stage.
We pull a baby up on your phone. Does this look familiar? Does have my baby on your phone? How'd you get my baby on your phone?
I always wanted to do that. This is an old bit, and by bit I mean I said it on a podcast once before. When I was trying to buy a car, and this guy was raping me. Everything he was saying was bad. I could not get it. So then we were like, how much for the car? Out the door. Wheels out. He writes a thing down on a piece of paper and pushes it forward like the mob. I wanted to push him a piece of paper. He looks, and it's his child. And just go, oh, is that the best deal you can do? Just kind of that shit. You know what I mean? Meet him outside.
Yeah.
We got to start killing car salesmen. Just so they know we'll fight back. You know what I mean?
I don't know if we need to kill them. Can we just fight them for a better deal?
Now back to you, Chuck.
All right. Now listen, Greg.
Did you hear Chuck Lorre died?
Uh,
Lie or Truth. That's a Greg segment. Chuck Lorre died. Lie or Truth.
Chuck Lorre.
Chuck Lorre, creator of Big Bang Theory.
Oh, I didn't know that he died.
He did
Is that
not.
real?
That's a lie.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Could I do another one? This is
Yeah.
a fun segment.
Yeah.
I once bought a cell phone charger for
Mhm.
$3.
Right.
Lie or truth?
True.
Can't confirm or deny. That's option C.
You
It's
don't
possible.
You don't remember if you did or not.
It's possible.
Hey, do you have one of those? What's the thing that goes in a baby's crib that you can listen to the baby?
Giant double-sided dildo?
No, that's not it. It's what is that, Mike? Do you know what it is? Where
baby monitor. You
baby monitor.
You dumb chooch.
All right, it's a baby monitor.
Even when it's not good, I'm having a great time. I'll be honest.
Can the baby hear you
Yes.
on a baby
You
monitor?
can push a button.
Okay, so what do you think? We both do sets for Calvinooch, and he doesn't see us because I didn't want preferential treatment of his
course.
father. But
Whoever
we
he
both
yes.
do sets, and the more reaction he gets, we win.
Keeps the baby.
Keeps the baby.
Yes.
I was going to say that.
If you get bigger laughs,
Yeah.
he is now your child.
Okay.
Comedy law.
Yes.
I'm down to
I
play
mean,
that.
I don't know how much of a gambler you are, but
I'll gamble
how
on my
high
child.
stakes do you want to go?
I'll say this though: the only issue is that I'm more of a physical comedian. So if I can't get my body in the mode,
Somebody doesn't have confidence.
or an act. Back to you, Buttons. I got to bring the Buttons on stage.
Buttons. Who's Buttons?
It's a cat I had, but he died. Lie or truth?
That's a lie.
That is a lie.
Okay,
That is a
thank
lie.
you. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah. There's a fun
That's
thing you'll
that was
notice about truth or lie.
Mhm.
I'm actually having. Whoa! I'm actually gonna breathe for a second.
How about this one? Casey Anthony is actually dating my uncle who lives in Florida. Lie or truth?
That's a definite truth.
That's
definitely.
actually a lie. Yeah. So
Lie or
That's
truth?
interesting.
Tweet. Mike Vecchione and I have kissed Mike Vecchione on the lips. Is that a lie or truth? That's your homework, rascals. Tweet at us if you think it's a lie or truth, and we'll let you know next week. Winner gets $1,000. Can we have that?
no, we can't do that. We can give him 1,000 in Bitcoin, which is pretend. Okay, all right. Some of this is delayed. That took a long time. Mike, where are we at time-wise?
He'll never tell us. 4 hours.
About an hour.
Oh,
wanna
my
say-
God. This has flown by.
Real quick, I want to say this.
What?
What if the audio thing is broken and none of it worked for the podcast? We
Mm.
only heard it, so it's just a legendary. I like the kids like to say epic fail. It was just an epic fail. They don't even hear the sound effect, so it's just a. That would really
That
ruin
might
it. Huh?
actually work better.
Would it?
I don't know. Everything's trial and error at this point.
We need a way for Mike to let us know when we're coming to an end. On Friday Night Greg, he plays music now, like
Yeah.
the Oscars.
Well, I don't think he has to play music as so much as maybe it pops up, or maybe we do a signal. I don't know. Some kind of a code word.
Flicker the lights.
I'm a big code word guy.
Yeah, what was the code word we had today?
Papaya?
Oh, no, Mike Vecchione's career.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
for.
That was right. Okay.
I'm going to have 4 new
Um,
sounds next week,
I mean, I think these sounds are very, very good.
but they're going to get old. They're going to get salty.
Okay. Well, let's work on that. But while we're still here, let's go. First of all, I want to say let's do plugs
And Chooch of the Week.
and Choo Choo the Week. But let me first do plugs. I taped at Governor's this weekend. I
You
taped
did
an
it?
hour. Yeah, I did
How'd it go?
It went really great.
Nice. Who opened for
2
you?
shows. I had Johnny McDonald
Nice.
open, who's a club favorite there, and Ray Ellen hosted. Ray was also
bless
a
Ray.
producer on it. So I taped an hour. It was one camera guy, Tyler, shout out to him, and the sound guy, Z, shout out to those guys. They did an excellent job. But I got an hour clean on the first
Clean
show.
hour, or you got it one shot?
I got it one shot, both. I got
Double
it
clean.
double clean, and I did some bits.
Washing
they
machine
they
clean?
were washing machine.
I'm really going to
clean.
ruin. I'm really
Brian
hurting.
laundry
Really?
clean.
Laundry clean.
And so I would like to thank Governor's Comedy Club. They did a great job setting me up for the and all the people involved. It was unbelievable. So thank you very much, and hopefully I'll be doing something with the material soon. That's the first thing. Second thing is MikeVecchione.com for my dates. upcoming dates at Comic Mike V on all social media platforms. I love you guys. Please sign up for this Patreon. I've been pushing this on my own podcast on Gas Digital. Mike Vecchione
This
Investigates.
is your podcast.
This is your podcast. I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate the Patreon
Me too.
subscribers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And, you know, as long as you aren't abusive, any constructive criticism we will take. I think Greg will be in agreement with me on that. Anything to make the podcast better for you guys. But the outpouring of support and love on the Patreon is really, really appreciated. So thank you so much. And that's what I have. Greg, what do you got?
I can't tell you how many people I've been seeing in Adidas tracksuits lately.
That's really the
thing. Adidas called.
Yes.
And they said, you got to take them off. We're working our fingers to the bone.
Yeah.
Making tracksuits.
Yes.
We can't support the demand. Then I get old Jimmy Goldchains.
Yes.
Jimmy Goldchains is the creator of Goldchains.
Yes.
He calls me too. Goes, what are you doing, buddy? I can't. I got my grandmother on the machine. Everybody in the family's pushing him.
Unbelievable.
So I want to say thank you for that support.
Thanks, guys.
I'd also want to make a shout out to. I do have some dates I want to plug. I will be opening for Mike consistently every show now. So, or am I a liar, Mike?
No, I will bring you on the as long as Calvin and Tita let you.
Oh, right. That's the problem.
Yes.
My wife is a bitch. No, I love my wife. Why? Oh my God.
Come on.
Why did I do that? Where did that come from? I have another podcast called Friday Night Greg, which if you listen to, we give you free access to this podcast. So if you listen to this one, I'll tell you to come back to this one. It's a circle. It's a cat chasing his own tail. It's a
circle of gifts.
It's a circle of gifts. I don't have anything. I did want to say something. Oh, to all the subscribers, the Patreon subscribers, thank you. We love you. We know you don't. We know you think Casey Anthony is innocent, and we don't fault you for that.
Yeah, we don't fault you for that.
Oh, follow me on Instagram.
Yeah,
Greg F. Stone.
Greg F. Stone.
All I need is 6 more followers. I'll have 6,000 followers.
Wow, that's awesome.
Can you do something about that? Can you?
I can't do it. You're looking at me for the. If I pop, you pop, buddy. That's what this is about.
Just ask
at
for
Comic Mike V.
So, Greg,
I say it after every show. Please follow me, and it actually does work.
It does work.
Well, thank you guys so much, and now we do the
Comic Mike Suarez.
Yeah,
at Comic Mike V Suarez on all social media things. Follow Mike.
Follow Mike.
Mike V Suarez.
Mike V Suarez. Sorry, I was doing it fast.
Follow Mike. Follow Greg. Follow myself.
Yes. Now.
Okay. Now it's time for Chooch of the Week.
Right.
And I think we have it.
We have it.
Casey Anthony.
Casey Anthony.
She's a Chooch of the Week.
Right.
Out there dating.
I'd also say double Chooch is whoever ever decides to date her.
Double Chooch.
Double Chooch.
It's a double Chooch episode. Casey Anthony's the Chooch of the Week. Whoever decides to go on a date with her, also the Chooch of the Week.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Do we have to read any names, Mike?
No, not this week.
Not
we
this
can do
week,
it next
Mike.
week.
Nice.
Thank you, Patreon subscribers. Thank you for viewers and listeners. We are the Macaroni Rascals. For me, for Greg, for Mike Suarez, and for Stallone. We'll see you next week.